You've slept half the morning, Mr. Baggins. That won't convince Thorin that you're a fierce burglar.
I'll show him if I have to walk to the east of East and fight the wild wereworms in the last desert.
For now, you'll just have to walk to the Green Dragon Inn. The dwarves are waiting.
But
No time for it, and no time to pack. Just fetch your walking stick. Who knows where you will end up today?
Welcome back to the Hobbit walkthrough, everybody. This is Chapter 1, An Unexpected Party.
Find your walking stick, then meet the dwarves at the Green Dragon Inn.
I can't leave without my walking stick. Bungo and Belladonna Baggins. A hobbit couldn't ask for finer parents. Ah, Cousin Falco. No time for that. I need to go meet the dwarves at the Green Dragon Inn.
Walk over to the chest and press the Interact key to open it. This key defaults to E on the keyboard. Then press the Equip key, which defaults to 1.
Meet the dwarves at the Green Dragon Inn. Off you go, Mr. Baggins.
What's this? My pocket has sprouted a hole. Oh, my silver pennies must be scattered all over Hobbiton.
On the right, there will be a small sack of silver pennies in the flower bed, 3 red courage points on the ground below that, and 1 red courage point behind a tree. Red courage points are worth 5 courage points each, and small sacks of silver pennies are worth 10 silver pennies.
I was thinking about Bulrora Toot. You know all about Bulrora Toot, don't you?
Of course. He's my great.
He was quite an adventurous hobbit. Won the Battle of the Greenfields, he did. Knocked the Goblin King's head clean off with a wooden club. Sailed through the air and went right down a rabbit hole. Well, that's where we got the game of golf.
So I've heard.
Ah, Bulrora Toot. I wish you young people knew more of your histories.
Run through the bushes on the outside of the white fence to grab the 10 blue courage points there. Blue courage points are worth 1 courage point apiece. Then, run around the bushes on the inside of the white fence to grab the 4 red courage points there, and also grab the 1 red courage point from the bush in the center. If you have followed my directions up until this point, you should have talk to the first 2 hobbit women that you see here. They will give you optional quests to complete.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Good day, Gamma.
I seem to have lost my quilting needle somewhere in town. If you find it, could you please bring it to me?
Certainly, Gamma.
You're a clever fellow, Bilbo. Did you find my quilting needle?
Oh, I'm hungry. It's almost noon and I've only had 2 breakfasts. There's a lovely seed cake cooling on my windowsill. I think I'll head home for a morsel before lunch.
Bilbo Baggins, I saw your visitor. Are you meddling with wizards?
Wizards are meddling with me.
Another lad going off into the blue for mad adventures. You might as well be some use before you go. Fetch my butter churn, please.
Where is it?
It's in the shed round the corner. Just place the butter churn on the porch when you find it. Your head's in the clouds, Bilbo. Fetch me that butter churn from the shed and put it on the porch next to the chair.
Head around the corner. Before you grab the butter churn, be sure to grab the stack of silver pennies in the corner of the shed, which is worth 5 silver pennies. After you put the butter churn on the porch, talk to Hannah for a reward.
Thank you, Bilbo. Have some berry crumble tea cakes. I made 'em fresh this morning. Oh, and Bilbo, watch out for that wizard.
we'll need a lot of food on our journey.
Good day, Bilbo. I do hope you will take care of yourself.
Be sure to grab the 8 red courage points in the yellow-flowered bushes on the right. There's also a silver penny on the porch of this hobbit hole, so don't miss that.
Bilbo! I heard there was a wizard skulking around Hobbiton. I heard he was seen near your place. I hope he isn't causing any trouble with his dangerous fireworks and putting spells on the props. Why can't he leave well enough alone? We don't want trouble here. I wish someone would ask him to leave.
Next, climb the rope and grab the 3 green courage points on the roofs of the hobbit holes. Green courage points are worth 10 courage points apiece. Then, be sure to go and grab everything you left on the left side of the path.
I saw a dwarf wandering around town. Did you see him? He had a beard so long he tucked it into his belt. And he was dressed so outlandishly. He must have gotten lost on his way to Bree.
Hey, Bilbo! Wanna play some hide and seek? I'm afraid I'm in a bit of a hurry.
We'll go hide, you seek. Ready? Go!
Children.
The bridge is out.
But I need to get to the other side.
I could fix it, but I'll need my hammer and nails. Fetch me hammer. I saw Carl playing with it up by the waterfall. There are some jars in the mill. You'll have to break them open to get the nails. Bring back me hammer and nails, and I'll fix the bridge.
After you pick up the 3 blue courage points on the slope, you should have... Jump on top of the hay bales to grab the green courage point. Then, go to the upper floor of the mill. Be sure to grab the pink courage point up here. It's worth 25 courage points. Jump across the gap and break the jars open to get the nails.
My children insist I tell them all about dragons. Where do they ever hear of such creatures? Respectable hobbits don't discuss such things.
Grab the sack of silver pennies over by the wall of the mill. Then, jump into the water wheel, ride it to the top, jump into the hole, and grab the items inside. Also, be sure to talk to the first hobbit child.
You got me! That was fun! Don't tell anybody, but I think Handfast likes me. Do you think so, Mr. Baggins?
Be sure to grab the 1 red and 2 green courage points on the board out here. Then, don't forget to grab the 4 silver pennies on the roof. Next, head to the back of the mill. This next part is special. If you can jump across all of the lily pads and get to the stone column in the center of the lake without falling in, then 100 courage points will spontaneously sprout from Bilbo, and he will grab them instantly. This challenge can also be completed when you go from the stone column in the center of the lake back to the mill. I like to pole jump across this gap here. Pole jumping is completed by holding sneak, which I have bound to control, and then jumping. There's a lot of miscellaneous items around this lake area. I will leave it to you to collect them all, but I will total up at the top. At this point, you should have... Follow the blue courage points around the area and grab the items, then talk to Carl to acquire Ted Sandyman's hammer.
Pardon me, Carl. Do you have your father's hammer? He needs it to fix the bridge.
Here it is, Mr. Baggins. I'll have to find something else to play with. I heard a wizard came to see you earlier today. My dad says your mother used to have visitors from foreign parts before she became respectable.
Before you leave the area, grab the health potion. Then, pole jump across the gap and grab the courage points on the high pillar. At this point, you should have... The best way to get back down is to slide down the right side of the hill. Head back to Ted Sandyman by the bridge. You can either cut through the mill or ride the water wheel around. For this run, I chose the latter. From here, talk to Sandyman and he will fix the bridge for you.
Good lad. This shouldn't take long. Good, isn't he? I'm busy, Baggins.
With the bridge now fixed, head across and talk to Bomber.
Hello, Bilbo. We still need more supplies for our journey. If you happen to find any provisions, bring them back to me.
If you talk to the Hobbit in the stall, you can get an optional quest.
Good morning, Lorella.
Good morning, Bilbo. Bumber the dwarf tried to buy some sugar and spice, but I couldn't find the keys to my spice chests. Your mother had a talent for opening locks without a key. Do you have that talent too? Pick the locks on those chests and you're welcome to all the spices you need.
For the lock-picking minigame, you will need to stop the chest mechanisms on green. If you stop them on red, you will fail instantly, and if you stop them on nothing, you will advance the timer forward by an additional tick.
You did it! You may look like your father, but you have your mother's Tookish blood in you.
Next, continue on by going in the opposite direction, grabbing items as you go.
Good day to you, Mr. Baggins.
Hello, Holman.
Be sure not to miss the sack of 10 silver pennies to the left of the Hobbit hole and also the red courage point on the roof.
You're looking a little thin, Bilbo. You don't want to waste away, do you?
I like to grab the stack of silver pennies before moving on. Next, talk to Holbert for an additional quest.
Those scarecrows are useless. Look at those crows, sitting there mocking me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'll give you a sack of wheat if you get rid of those crows.
Very well.
I'll give you the wheat when you scare off the crows.
Hit each scarecrow a few times to get rid of the crows, and then talk to Holbert again to acquire the sack of wheat.
Thank you, Bilbo. I thought I'd never get rid of those crows.
At this point, you should have... If Hobart catches you in his berry patch, you will revert to your last save. The best advice that I can give is to use the camera and position it so that you can see where he is, and then walk to where he is not facing.
Rotten badgers! Rotten badgers!
The 3 clumps of berries you can pick up are in 3 corners of the maze.
Come out of there, badger!
Don't move from a safe place such as this one if you don't know where Hobart is.
Come out of there, badger! That you, Hamfast? Who's there? Who's there? Rotten badgers! Eh? What was that?
Hobart can only walk around the 2 large hedgerows that are closest to the entrance of the maze. He can't go around the back, so you can use that as a safe spot. Once you have all 3 clumps of berries, don't forget to grab the rest of the red courage points inside the maze. Then, carefully make your way to the exit.
Who's creeping round the berry patch?
One way you can sometimes tell where Hobart is by looking for his hat. As I mentioned earlier, the camera is locked along the x-axis for whatever reason. If you hold the unlock key, which defaults to caps lock on the PC, you can unlock the camera and move it up and down. This can be helpful for knowing where Hobart is. At this point, you should have... Gammer's sewing needle is inside of this haystack here, so go ahead and grab it. There's a miscellaneous assortment of red courage points and silver pennies around these haystacks and hay bales. I won't detail where they all are, but I will total up again shortly. There's also a Hobbit child back here too.
You're too good at this game.
Have you had my mother's berry crumble tea cakes? They're the best in the Shire.
Don't miss the silver penny by the tree here. Next, head over to the barn. The objective here is to grab the eggs. You will need to stay off the creaky, light-colored boards. Be sure to sneak so that you don't get spotted by the chickens. Also, don't forget to grab the red courage points in here as well. If you do hear a creaking noise, then you will know you have stepped somewhere you should not have. At this point, you should have... Next, head back to the upper part of Hobbiton to complete the quests up there. In the interest of time, I'm just going to speed this part up since it's only Bilbo walking.
Bilbo, did you find my quilting needle?
Here it is.
Thank you, Bilbo. Please take these sausages, the best in Hobbiton.
Next, in this little fenced-in area, there is a Hobbit child and a silver penny.
How did you find me? That Belle Goodchild keeps bothering me. Why does she keep pestering me?
Next, we are headed down to the apple orchard.
Well, the best apples in all Hobbiton are in that apple orchard. I'd get some if I could climb those cliffs.
Push the hay bale over to the cliff and then climb up. Be sure to grab the silver penny on the right and the red courage point on the left up here.
Hey, what are you doing?
That wizard is responsible for so many lads and lasses going off into the blue for mad adventures. Why anyone would set foot outside the Shire is beyond me.
Once you've picked up the stones, target each of the apples in aimed shot mode and throw a stone at each one to knock it down. Then, pick up all of the items around the area. If you've been following the walkthrough up to this point, then, once you pick up all of the apples, Bilbo will gain enough courage points to get a health upgrade.
I've got all the food Bomber could possibly need, at least for the afternoon.
When Bilbo says that, that's how you know you have gathered all of Bomber's provisions. Next, head down by the dock to talk to the last Hobbit child. Don't forget to grab the silver penny there.
You found me! Next time, I'll find a better hiding place. Hamfast Genji likes Belle. Belle likes Hamfast. They won't tell each other.
Once you've found all 4 Hobbit children, and only once you've found them all, you can go back to the well and interact with it to get a Waters of Vigor potion. I'll talk more about what Waters of Vigor potions do in another video. Next, follow the river back down to the bridge you helped to fix earlier. Be sure to grab the silver pennies and the red courage point over here. At this point, you should have something else I should mention here is that finding the provisions for Bomber and finding the 4 Hobbit children are optional quests. You don't have to do those. Go ahead and talk to Bomber to gain a lot of courage points.
Thank you, Bilbo. Perhaps you'll be some use to us after all. Now get into the Green Dragon Inn. The others are waiting.
You can talk to Bomber earlier for that reward, but that would mess up the numbers I have put into this walkthrough.
Bravo! You made it in time. The others are waiting for you inside. When you are ready to leave Hobbiton, just open the door to the Green Dragon Inn.
From here, grab the courage points and also the silver penny just beyond the inn. Then, open the door to the inn to complete the chapter.
It's about time you arrived, Mr. Baggins.
Let the journey begin.
This is the vendor, where you can use your collected silver pennies to buy items and upgrades. Don't buy anything. Rather, save your silver pennies for a medicine chest upgrade.
He regretted leaving home almost immediately. In the dangerous Lonelands, they found themselves cold, wet, and low on food. Suddenly, Balin noticed the light of a fire. Thorin sent their new burglar, Bilbo, to investigate.